Relationships need to continue to be renegotiated. You have to continue to check in with your partner. Just because things on the surface look like they're going well, they might not be going well. It's a constant process of rediscovering whom you're with. And that means yourself also. No one ever gets to a place of called enlightenment and they just walk around like, wow, nothing affects me. I'll tell you what I believe enlightenment really is, and that is you get to a place where you can see light in all circumstances. You might have a challenge, you still become a little bit angry, then you understand that anger, you bring light to it, and you move on. So it's not a permanent place, it's a way of being. You see light, you enlighten all circumstances. When you get to that place, there's not so much suffering because you know that all there is change. There's nothing that's permanent. There's nothing that is permanent. And you have no idea. Think about this for a moment. We marry someone and we love this person. We're so excited about this person. And we have this idea it's going to last for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Do you know how much happens just 1 week, how much happens to you of how you feel about yourself, your work, your path, how much growth we go through to just sometimes wake up and like ourselves, to accept ourselves. Now, you are marrying a person who's going through that same thing. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of processing. So it's a risk when two people come together and say, I want to be with you forever. But that's why you do it also. Because you surrender to it. You trust whatever happens. You don't jump into it for necessarily being together forever. You jump into it because you know that this is the person you love so much. And this is who you want to be with right now. And the future doesn't exist. And you love this person. You trust the process. You surrender to it. And you know you can get hurt, but you also know you can experience deep love. People who enter relationships with going through divorces or maybe kind of having guards up, they never experienced that deep connected love. How could they? They're shells. Everything they do in those moments is in their body. When they have sex, there's rigidity. They're holding back. They're not letting go. They're afraid of crying in front of their partner. They're afraid of their partner leaving, so they don't let them know how much they appreciate them. But when you get to that place, you realize that I can die tomorrow, and if that is so, I want to let someone know that I love him or her so much. It doesn't matter. Things change your life because that's magnified in all circumstances in your life, not just with your partner, but the world. You want to be a lover not just for someone, but everyone. You know, an exercise for people who are newly dating to do is that if you have male friends, female friends mixed up a little bit, that you tell the person what you're trying to work on and you teach that person to say no to you regarding everything. I'm serious. Where you have a conversation on the phone and I'm going to ask you to tell you, but I really want this. I want you to tell me no. And they continue to say no until you get used to someone saying no. And it's not rejection. It's person just saying no. Think about that for a moment. There's really no such thing as rejection. It's just no. How many actually been like a rocking date, like everything's great, then the next day the person never calls you again? What the fuck happened? I don't know. But she didn't say no to me, I didn't say no to her, just something shifted. Something changed. There's so many things that happen in our lives that it's like so unpredictable. Yeah. So it's like, and this is something I teach men because men can be a little bit more logical. They will actually think, well, I did this and this. Systematically, I did these things, and she seemed to be into me. I seemed to create a good impression with this person. Then all of a sudden, they were not into me. But I know women's moods fluctuate a lot. So even if, like, I tell guys, they're like, man, I got her number. I'm like, so what? I go, did you escalate the connection a little bit? Did you just touch her hand a little bit? Do you feel like you energetically made an impression? No, but we were like laughing. I go, well, she laughs with her buddies. How many of the guys do you think she laughed with that night? You just weren't not the most interesting one. And she might have woken up the next morning. She started her period. That's her issue now moment. 3 days goes by. She's like maybe in pain, whatever. And she just forgets about you because you're just not that important. But in your mind, you're thinking, well, we talked about this. We talked about that. We had eye contact. I can see the levels of interest. But you know what? That stuff changes. We constantly change. Especially women change. The feminine changes.
But the same thing happens with guys. You go out
Yeah.
and you have
No, they don't. Okay, yes, they do.
If you were being offered some free tools that could get you unstuck, would you be interested? If so, visit rejection.com and receive your free transformational exercises. Imagine starting each day feeling deeper love, a clearer mind, and being able to say to yourself, I really feel good. My clients love these and so will you. Get them now for free at rejection.com.